What's going on, Boston fans? I am your host of Celtics Today by Chat Sports, Allie Barefoot. Producer Smitty is always to my left. And on today's show, there have been some recent reports that have shown that Derrick White is now in talks with the Boston's front office and Brad Stevens about potentially getting that big old bag of money through an extension. Whether it's going to happen before the season or after, well, we're going to get into it. Regardless if this signing even happens, I want you to subscribe to this channel because if it does, you know we're going to have a video immediately out on this and anything else that involves the Boston Celtics. Preseason, regular season, postseason, you know we've got it. And we're even doing watch parties now. That is right. Smitty and I are going to be back tomorrow night at 6:15 to give hell to the New York Knicks as they take them on in their preseason game. So tune in tomorrow night and get that notification by subscribing to this channel. Now, the Boston Celtics do reportedly have the opportunity to sign Derrick White to an extension, and they can do this before the regular season even starts. They can just get it out of the way. Don't let any dark clouds be looming over them going into the season. But if that doesn't happen, that doesn't mean there's going to be drama. But ultimately, Adam Himmelsback did say to the Boston Globe, Derrick White's extension talks continue, but the deadline is inching closer. The Celtics and White have until 11:59 p.m. on October 23rd to agree to a deal. White has 2 years remaining on the 4-year, $70 million pact he signed with San Antonio before being traded to the Celtics. Essentially what this means is that since White has 2 years remaining, he may not be extended during the season. If no deal by October 23rd, they're going to have to wait until the offseason. This should not send any panic buttons through anybody's body right now. That's okay. That's very normal. Derrick White's still going to play for the Boston Celtics this season, and I'm sure he's going to give just as much of an effort as he would if he did just get this bag. It would be nice to sign him before the regular season just to show that we are committed to Derrick White, but if it happens after the season, I'm not mad about it. Because once that deadline does pass, White will be eligible for extension from the beginning of next offseason until June 30th, 2025. So yes, the Celtics have up until he is a free agent to be able to sign this player. But ultimately, I think Derrick White has given you everything he possibly can as a Boston Celtic, and he's still improving. So once again, I would like to see this happen before the regular season starts, but that's in about a week. So if it gets pushed back to the offseason because they had a pretty busy offseason this year, then I understand. When you look at a player like Derrick White the past 4 seasons, he's obviously improving in several areas. His field goal percentage shooting is getting a lot better. It has in the past 4 years. His three-point percentage is the best it's been in 4 years, and he's a dominant player on defense. These aren't even the stats that's showing you how many times he has gotten a steal, how many times he's defended a big man down in the paint. Derrick White is continuously getting better, and we love constant improvement, especially with what Brad Stevens just gave Joe Mazzulla. You just handed him one of the best backcourt duos in the league with Jrue Holiday and Derrick White. He's going to consistently improve now that he's got somebody like Jrue Holiday who's got a ring on his finger. I think this is the best case scenario for Derrick White right now because did you know the Celtics outscored their opponents by 11 points per 100 possessions with White on the court, and that number dropped to 1.3 without him, which means Derrick White is making a difference on the court when he's there. He is continuously contesting shots and making sure he leads the defense in a very structured way. He's been an integral part of Boston's success. Do we have to mention the Game 6 last-minute buzzer-beater layup to send them into Game 7? That alone should show you how dedicated and how good Derrick White can possibly be. But let me know how you guys think. Should the Celtics sign Derrick White to an extension before the regular season even starts? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I'm on a Y. Why not, Brad Stevens? You've already made such blockbuster moves. Why not show the players that are currently on your team a little bit more love? I know you just gave Jaylen Brown a big bag, but ultimately I think Derrick White has definitely earned it, but it could put a chip on his shoulder into the regular season. I'm going to give you more of my answer and some more details about this extension talk right after the break because you guys have to hear about this deal from PrizePicks. It is our sponsor on Celtics Today right now, and it is my favorite daily sports fantasy app. All you have to do, this is how easy it is. Pick 2 to 6 players' projected stats, and you pick more or less. You don't even have to use any math. You don't have to use your brain. You just pick 50-50 more or less, and you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. I've been doing this for the NFL season. I've been doing this for NBA preseason and regular season, and what's great about the Prize Picks right now is they're even have stats available for the regular season. They have the Warriors on opening night. Steph Curry, they're having an insane deal, 98% off this pick right now. If you think Steph Curry is going to score a half a point, you better be picking more on this. That's an easy dub. Klay Thompson, I picked more to have more than 20.5 points on opening night. And Bradley Beal, I picked less than 4.5 rebounds. These are my opening night picks. I want to see yours. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS, and we'll give you a $100 deposit match for your first time. Watch yourself win some real money in real time. Of course we should extend Derrick White. Are you kidding me? He's been a great part of Boston's success, and like I said, you've now got Jrue Holiday. You lose Derrick White, you're losing half of what that dynamic backcourt could possibly be. Yes, okay, I'll be realistic here. Derrick White is not the sexiest scorer out there when he looks on paper. I understand. I get it. I'm going to be realistic. But what he provides off the court and even just in smaller moments, because what are you seeing when you're watching Al Horford go up and defend that big guy? Derrick White is sometimes right there next to him in the paint, blocking him down low and trying to get that steal. He's also been a mentor to players like Jordan Walsh off the bench. You need somebody like that that's going to help you become a better player and your team to become a better player. But when you look at his more advanced stats, and this is what's really interesting to me, he was the only player in the playoffs last year to have 50, 40, and 90. 50% from the field goal, 40% from the three-point line, and 90% from the free throw line. He's consistently putting up numbers in the playoffs. Along with his defended field goal percentage, he's tied in the league in the top 20 in 2 categories. And he's had 507 shots contested, 39th in the league. This is not even one of the biggest players the Celtics have. He is constantly showing why he deserves his money. Whether or not you're going to give it to him before the season or after the season, that's Brad Stevens' business. But I think this makes financial sense to extend him. But you don't want this to drag off. You want to show Derrick White that the Boston Celtics are committed. If you're not committed, then you need to address it right now. That's, easier said than done. I understand this is a very large business, but I think you want to go into this regular season with absolutely no drama. This does not seem like it's causing any drama yet, but if you let this dark cloud linger over his head until 2025, yeah, he's probably going to get a little ticked off. So Brad Stevens, you got some decisions to make, but ultimately, I feel like we don't ever ask this question enough. How do you think Derrick White feels about this? He's already a pretty highly played player. He's showing off every single night for the Boston Celtics as much as he possibly can. Well, he did give a quote to NBA Today. He said, "I love being here in Boston. It'd be cool to get an extension. We'll see what happens during that window, but I've loved my time in Boston so far, and my focus right now is just on the season." This is why. This is what I'm talking about. That was amazing to hear from somebody like Derrick White that this isn't what he's focused on right now. He's focused on getting Banner 18 and helping the Celtics this season. That's another reason why you should give him the freaking money. Derrick White's the type of player you want on the court, off the court, in the locker room. You want him as a teammate. I understand he's not, the greatest point guard of all time, but he's a really essential piece in the Boston Celtics lineup, in my opinion. He knows when he needs to get shit done, and he knows how to do it. That's all you can pretty much ask for your point guard right now, leading you into the season. But I understand money can be an issue because there are some upcoming extensions that may have to happen with some player options for the Boston Celtics. Holiday's $39 million player option will come up around the 24-25 year. You're going to have to figure out if that's going to be an option. White becomes a free agent in 2025. Horford becomes a free agent in 2025. I think he'll retire before that. If he doesn't, kudos to you, Al Horford. And, of course, Tatum, which is 99% going to get that bag. So I understand there is a lot that goes into money, and there's a lot that goes into big-time decisions. I'm not good at math, so I'm not even going to get into the actual money talks of it all. But you extended Porzingis and negotiated new deals for White, Tatum, and Holiday. This is what is getting me excited about the Boston Celtics. I have enjoyed Brad Stevens as GM for the past few years, and his core is going to be locked up for years. They're not as old as some people, Al Horford may be. So it really makes me excited that there's still more to come for this. This is why I think Derrick White eventually deserves this bag. If you want to extend Derrick White right now, show him some love in the comments. Spam 9 in the comments. I'm going to be typing 9. I think he deserves this bag way before the regular season starts, but that's 1 week away. So I'll let Brad Stevens be the judge of that and do what he needs to do. In the meantime, I need you guys to do what you need to do and subscribe to this channel. Like I said, Smitty and I are going to be here tomorrow night at 6:15. We're going to be having some fun watching the New York Knicks lose. Come join us and subscribe to this channel. We'll be back every single week with more updated videos.